Now continuing this Thomas Cookson review from the DWRG for season 19. Time flight makes you appreciate how the rest of the season is comparatively quite easy and engaging to watch. I've tried to rephrase it many times, tried seeing it as a cosy bit of whimsy after Earthshock's downer. There are some blended moments and the guest characters are likeable enough. If J&T's taste was stuck in 1930s Hollywood, then this and Delta and the Bannermen suit that vision. But whenever I rewatch it, I always find it far worse and staler than I remembered. It's understandable why Eric Saywood got the script editor's job, since he wrote the season's best scripts. The Visitation and Earthshock are very satisfyingly workmanlike and far more organic and tangible than the rest of the season's offerings. In a season of experimentations and a sudden unsureness of identity for the show, The Visitation and Earthshock stood as simple and replicable. They're also admittedly top-heavy. Matthew Brenner said this season seemed more about cliffhangers than story content. Nearly every story opened with a soap opera argument happening in the TARDIS for the sake of drama, and it did reek of contrived desperation, but I'll try and play devil's advocate here. In Castrovalva, all the free companions all served an important purpose in being the paralytic new Doctor's support pillars. Sometimes they were unmanageable, and the contrived way Nyssa is written out of Kinder is telling, but there were also moments where they were a workable dynamic, particularly in Earthshock. Adric was more unpleasant and argumentative, which is a come-down, given he'd worked as well as Tom Baker's apprentice. In Fort of Doomsday, his bickering with Tegan was amusing, but in Kinder, given Tegan's exposed vulnerability, it was just horrible to watch. But maybe the fraught anger and territorial conflicts in the TARDIS contributed to the season's themes. Season 18 was about headspaces. Castrovalva and Kinder are about the therapeutic. The Visitation exhibits Eric Saywood's idea of morality being a state of mind. With Tegan venting anger, but the Doctor assuring Adric that sometimes humans disguise their true feelings, perhaps there was an idea of getting beyond the hostility and coming together. Sometimes there were genuine moments of warmth amidst this, like Tegan and Nyssa's premature goodbye hug in The Visitation, or her joie de vivre in Black Orchid. Season 19 wasn't just Tegan at her most angry, but also at her most passionate, spirited, and enthusiastic, and even wondrous. By toning down her character later, they rendered her simply apathetic and negative. Season 19's main theme was how we're all in the same tribe. Over the imagined inhabitants of Castrovalva, Monarch critiquing how we have starving populations in a world of surplus, the Kinder tribe making peace with the humans, or Scott and Briggs men joining together in utilitarian spirit against the Cybermen. So the blend of TARDIS teamwork, territorial arguments, and inner steel did somewhat contribute to this theme. This gave Season 19 a sense of direction, but afterwards the series became more aimless, incoherent, and morally confused, and as the Doctor became more reduced as a hero to the point of defeatism. What also gave Season 19 a direction, a journey with a destination, was the Doctor trying to get Tegan home, hence why Time Flight was a massive mistake. Her hasty reintroduction the following season made the show seem an autopilot, even though there was potential in the Doctor being stuck with a troublesome woman he can't get rid of. It's what all great love stories, an exchange of two fantasies, are made of. Morally speaking, Season 19 honed the show's conscience as something instinctive. Davidson's Doctor still remained still heroic. His confrontation with the Master in Castrovalva was inspiring. He saved virtually everyone in Kinder, thus briefly seeming cleverer than all his predecessors, and in Earthshock he's the quick-thinking actioneering hero needed to replace the aged, frail Season 18 Doctor. When he gets it wrong, he seems still capable of learning from his mistakes. Time Flight lets him be a smaller-scale hero who simply saves a complement of plain passengers. Unfortunately, the lousy non-ending botches this, as he simply assumes the Xeraphon will heal and escape, and the Master will be trapped with them, but makes no effort to go there and make sure. It smacked of negligence. There are many problems with the Master's recurring presence, again a J&T decision. After Castrovalva, there wasn't much left for the Master to do. The opening of Castrovalva, where the Master's TARDIS materializes above our heroes, might be the last time the Master's arrival was genuinely menacing. It'd be better to have remembered him so, and left him trapped in Castrovalva. The Master killed those dear to Tegan and Nyssa, but this is never emotionally acknowledged again. It all screams that the Master shouldn't be here anymore. Rather discomfortingly, Earthshock sees the Doctor kill the Cyber Leader in a horrific, agonizing manner. Arguably he had no choice, but it seems warped that the show has the Doctor administer this sadistic punishment to a Cyberman, but not to the Master after he wiped out the civilization of Traken and Logopolis. It shows unpleasant signs of J&T's superficial reductive branding, where the Doctor himself labels his foes, showing nasty racial favoritism, placing the Master's life above the Cyberman, Silurian life above the humans they're massacring, Davros' life above his own creations, something Tom Baker's Doctor never did, and Andrew life is lowest of all. Nonetheless, Season 19 had something promising and durable, and the show could have gone somewhere from here. Maybe this season's a keeper. Maybe I could live with 2 seasons of J&T's producership.